Micro ATX boards are somehow not shown enough love, but this one from Biostar looks cool for some budget-oriented build. Let me show you what you will get if you decide to get this particular board. It is based on Intel B660 single-chip architecture which supports 12th gen Intel Core processors. It supports up to 128GB of DDR4 RAM with 4 DIMM slots and dual-channel option. You can install RAM modules up to 4600 MHz speed, and each DIMM slot supports non-ECC modules. You have, of course, the Intel XMP profile support too, and the design of the motherboard is focused on simplicity. It's a black tone with few silver details on the heatsinks, and I would say that this is perfect motherboard for entry-level builds. But even for entry-level standards, this motherboard offers full range of features that would include the PCIe 4.0 support, Intel Gigabit LAN, Wi-Fi 6 and 6E support, but no Wi-Fi card included, although you do get antennae and cable for it. It has USB 3.2 Gen 1 Type A, HDMI with 4K and 2K support, super durable solid capacitors, and much more. One of the features of this motherboard is something that I appreciate and love to see on any motherboard. It is the debug LED, which can show you and inform you if there is something wrong with your hardware, so you can know in which direction to look for the problem. Don't mix this with the debug display. These are LEDs, I repeat again, small LEDs in the bottom to signal what is going on. It has a 10-phase power design controlled with Biostar's signature digital PWM technology, which ensures stable power delivery across all components. For CPU power delivery, there is a single 8-pin EPS header, and this is actually enough to run CPUs up to 12700 non-K. I mean, you can run it, but bear in mind that it will put strain on this motherboard and the VRM will not hold. Eventually, you will not have a stable system. The throttling will occur, so because of that, I recommend using up to 12600K on this motherboard. Storage-wise, this motherboard supports two M.2 sockets, both of them being Gen 4x4 and 4 SATA 3, I mean the 6GB port. It also supports AHCI RAID 0, 1, 5 and 10 and Intel Rapid Storage technology. For your graphics card and any expansion devices, there is PCIe 4.0 16 slot and one PCIe 3.0 16 slot. And it's actually in 4 mode if both are working at the same time, as well as one PCIe 3.0 X1 slot for any additional expansion cards. I also like to show you an overview of all connectors, so starting from the top, one 8-pin EPS power connector, two PWM fan headers, and pretty much that is the top finished. Right side of the board, from bottom to the top, all RGB headers in one place. Unusual place, it has one 12 volts and two 5 volts connector. 4 SATA ports, front USB 3.0 connector and 24-pin power connector. Of course, 4 DIMM slots, and in the bottom area we have the usual front audio header, one PWM fan header, one COM port, haven't seen these in a while, two USB 2.0 headers, clear CMOS jumper, the TPM connector and front I/O panel connectors. The I/O shield is strange because it has VGA port, DVI and HDMI as well. I mean, VGA is long forgotten, but here you have it, because once again, this board is intended as a budget board to replace an aging system that might have an older monitor. So there you have it, the VGA port. Moving further, we have PS.5 keyboard connector, two USB 3.0 ports, four USB 3.2 ports, Intel Gigabit LAN and 7.1 channel audio thanks to the ALC897 codec. Not the latest and greatest, but it does the job. So to light up your build, as we know that RGB equals more FPS, this motherboard features what Biostar calls Vivid LED DJ and LED Rock Zone. Vivid LED DJ is a utility to change system colors and customize onboard LEDs. The LED Rock Zone offers more colorful lighting options and supports a wide array of peripherals such as air cooling or liquid cooling fans with included RGB 12V LED header and ARGB 5V LED headers. It also features HD audio and it has a golden line on the motherboard. That is the Hi-Fi ground. It's a noise blocking multi-layer PCB designed to isolate analog audio signal from the digital sources and noises. The built-in Hi-Fi amplifier can drive headphones with over 100 decibels loads and offers wide bandwidth, low noise and low distortion audio source from front panel I/O. To adjust system volume, you can use a Windows-based audio utility called Smart Ear. With its user-friendly interface, you can increase or decrease impedance settings to suit your needs. There is also a super LAN surge protection with integrated chip to prevent damage from lightning strikes and electrical surges and so on. It also has overcurrent and overvoltage protection, which is designed to detect any overvoltage conditions and prevent any voltage surges, as well as an electrostatic discharge protection. The BIOS is certainly not lacking with options, which I was not expecting on a budget range board. The XMP profiles for memory, every single setting for the CPU, the power management and such is present. The fan curve can also be set in BIOS for each fan header separately. And the pretty nice thing is that you can control RGB directly from BIOS, thus avoiding any additional software for that. Thanks for implementing this Biostar. As mentioned in the beginning, this is a micro ATX board, meaning that for the build you will need an adequate case. Anything that supports ATX will do, but if you want more specific case, research before buying to see which case supports micro ATX boards. For example, I use the ASA Elise 140, which is a compact micro ATX case, and the build turned out pretty sweet. I did not go with RGB this time, as I felt that more blackout builds would look cooler. Should you decide to get this board, it will not break your wallet in half. It's only $115 and the price is more than reasonable considering the options it offers. It will fit most build aesthetics as it has neutral colors, so no matter if you're building a budget build, it can look great too. So there it is, guys. This is a small overview more than a review of this board. So if you have any questions, feel free to ask them in the comments, sub to the channel for more content and check out my previous videos, as I am certain that there is something for you to watch. See you in the next one.